You think you're smart,
Dude,
don't you?
it's enough of that. I've had enough. Anyway,
Hello and welcome to the Vibe Check Cafe. I'm your host, Lena.
I'm Ashley.
And today we're talking about some bad besties. We've all
Mm.
had best friend relationships that have gone sour over time. We are also besties, and I just don't see that happening to us. Couldn't be me, sis.
Nah,
Couldn't
not in
be
our.
us.
We have such a nice, healthy relationship. So,
Yeah, it's great.
yes.
Let's talk about what we're drinking today. I currently have a hot cinnamon tea to match the spiciness of this day because it has been a process, let me tell you.
And I have green tea, but it's decaffeinated because I simply cannot.
Caffeine, not even once. So yeah, let's I love your mug actually. Got
Let's
this
take a
little
little
drawing.
snapshot of these. Look at this. Look at this. First up, we have Am I the asshole for telling my 26 female best friend, 24 female? I'm so used to saying male. Anyway,
Yeah, we do a lot of like male female story stuff.
yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my 26 female best friend, 24 female, that she needs to wear larger clothes?
That's hella fucking rude. I honestly can't think of any situation where that's cool, you
I
know?
mean, I could see it as a suggestive kind of thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I
This
was
is a
gonna say,
hot
like,
take.
I could only see that being okay if, like, your friend is like, "Oh, my clothes aren't really fitting like they
Mm,
used to. I've gained some weight." And, then maybe in that situation, be like, "Okay, well, let's try sizing up these things," you know? I don't
yeah,
know. Just coming out and being like, "You need to wear bigger clothes." Like,
yeah, no,
not cool.
not cool. All right. So, backstory: me and my best friend have been besties for over 2 years. And we're the kind that nap together, eat together, share clothes, all that. Anyway, we both are a little over 5 feet tall, and at the time we met, both were roughly 125 pounds. So we were skinny and we went out a lot and wore skimpy clothes, etc.
Sure.
Fast forward to the past 5 to 6 months. We both, at the same time, began gaining weight out of nowhere rapidly. So now we both are around 160, and I'm in a large shirt and size 10, 12 pants. Okay, I accepted it. I don't mind being in large clothes, but here's the problem. She does mind being in large clothes.
Mm.
She still wears her size small clothes, underwear, bras that don't clip shut, etc. If you're thinking, is it that bad? Yes, it is that bad. She is in such deep denial that she's overweight. I'm not going to use the term that they said.
Okay.
The girl goes, I prefer juicy. Juicy.
Okay.
That she literally embarrassed me at my 6 year old's football game last week because she came to this children's football game in a size small black cocktail dress, expecting positive attention. I don't know. So anyway, today she texted me and asked if I would sell her my retired rave outfits. Raves were in my skinny days, so they were all a small or an extra small. And I told her no, that she would look ridiculous and she says I'm being mean. I told her that mean and realistic are not the same. She disagrees and is mad at me. Am I the asshole?
Oh boy. So I've got a couple takes on this situation. I can totally understand the friend being, not into buying things that are a certain size. I think we've
Hmm,
all, like, as women existing in society, have had a moment where we've gotten a little heavier and had to size
mhm,
up our clothes and felt really shitty about it because that's how the
yeah,
world makes us feel. Like,
yeah.
um, so I can understand where she's coming from there.
Mhm.
However, I will say, maybe she does need to size up her clothes to be more comfortable or whatever. But honestly, she's not complaining about the size of her clothes. You're complaining because you're embarrassed by how she looks.
So, okay, so my take on this one was she's dressing more inappropriately for certain events, like
I
showing up in a
guess.
cocktail dress to a children's football game. Like, why do you need to show up? It's those don't equate, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when it's like a couple sizes too small, that can be revealing and
Right. I mean, if she's like jumping around and her whole ass is out, maybe I'd say that's inappropriate, but we don't know if that's the case, you know?
right. And the main issue here is the girl asked for her rave clothes and she's like, I'm
Mhm.
not getting you those. Why don't you just I don't know. That part was implied, but it seemed like she was like, "Hey, why don't you go get a size couple bigger because I'm not going to give you my extra small clothes that you don't fit into."
Right.
You know, the
Yeah, I don't
and
think she's entitled to her clothes, you know, you don't have to give her
no,
anything
yeah.
you don't want to, but, uh, I don't know.
Yeah. So, top comment, not the asshole. And generally speaking, everyone has voted her not the asshole in this situation.
Okay, cool.
Yep. They say, I say this as a fat person. It's not fat shaming to suggest a person wear something that fits them.
Mm,
I,
okay.
I get it. And I feel like maybe there's also like remove the sizing. That's the biggest issue here is how we are made to feel in a size larger clothes. That's
Right.
how, that's been, especially in America, that's been pushed on us because Americans are known for being bigger.
Mhm.
Um, and it's it's hard when you have to go buy something and it's simply you like it, you like how it looks, and then you look at the size and you're like, oh my gosh, it's a large or an extra large or whatever it might be, and
Right, yeah, yeah.
that just like puts a whole fat,
Mm.
fat, fat kind of a thing,
Yeah.
and that's one of those things where it's like
It definitely puts a more
I
negative
feel
spin on
for
picking
yeah,
clothes, yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of, like, picking something that fits you and you're comfortable in versus
yep,
worrying about what size it is, because different brands size things differently also. You're not gonna be the
mm,
same size for every different, like, brand that you're wearing, you know?
right.
So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
Isn't this a
this.
hard one?
'Cause
It's a
I think
hard one.
if I had a friend and they were like, "You should start buying bigger clothes because 'cause you're embarrassing me, like, in front of other people," like, I would be really fucking hurt about that. I'd be like, "Damn, I didn't know you felt so
Honestly,
strongly about what I was wearing. Like, are you wearing
right,
it? No."
right.
Like
And that it doesn't say that she said anything like that. I think the worst part about this is the fact that she's saying all this for Reddit.
yeah, she didn't
Um,
say it to her. She's posting it
no.
on Reddit where she feels safe to be more judgy.
And I feel like, yeah, maybe she's coming from a judgmental point of view, but maybe also this other person is in a deep denial, which can
Yeah, yeah, I
happen.
get that. Mhm,
It's harsh when you gain weight and you're just sitting there going, "No, I don't accept this," kind of a thing.
mhm. I don't know if I can say they're an asshole or not, honestly. I'm kinda in the middle about it. I would say the friend is an asshole for being so judgy on Reddit
Mm,
and talking
yeah,
shit. Like,
yeah,
I would say you're an asshole for that. But you're not an asshole for not giving her your clothes. Like, you don't have to give anyone anything
mhm.
you don't want to, you know. I don't know. I guess that's just where I'm at on it. I don't know.
Right, and I think that if you're gonna come about this as, as a good friend, you need to be a little cautious with your words and
Right.
try to just help them along. There's a way to do things, and how to be a good friend is being supportive,
Mhm.
honest, but supportive and coming from a loving
Mhm.
point of view.
I
This
don't
was this
know.
was this was a hard one, but yeah, overall they said not the asshole, and I think
Mm.
the way she came at it was not very lovingly.
Speaking of talking shit about your friends, I got a nice one for
Mm.
you.
Here we go.
Um, am I the asshole for gossiping about my best friend? Gossip.
Yeah.
Tease me.
Yeah. I mean,
It's kind of like, why are you even posting this here? You're so clearly, obviously a piece of garbage. Like,
ooh, okay.
yeah,
So are
like,
they like overall the asshole in this situation?
yeah, for sure. They were voted
Uh,
overall asshole in the subreddit. So,
all right.
yeah. My best friend Sonia, female
Mm.
31, and I, female 30, have known each other for 12 years. I love her to pieces, but she's one of those annoying people who everything comes easily to. I don't know how you can say I love her to pieces and then follow it up with she's annoying. That doesn't make sense to me.
I was like, "Aw," but then I'm like, "Wait a minute, she's the asshole," and then you quickly followed with that part, and I was like,
Hey,
"What?"
it gets worse.
Okay.
Uh, she did her master's. Uni is free where we live, so probably like UK or something.
Oh,
And after
okay.
that, she figures, nah, it's not for me, and decided not to work in her field, and instead she writes romance novels full time. Such a waste of potential. She doesn't she doesn't have nor want kids. So she wakes up at like 12 and goes to sleep at like 4 and somehow she manages to get everything done and still have time for hobbies because apparently learning languages or an instrument is a hobby according to her. She's pretty and thin, which I admit I'm slightly jealous of, and it makes it sting even more. She has both pretty and thin privilege, which isn't fair. I have a daughter, 3, and it was her birthday last Saturday. We invited some of our friends, and my husband invited his mate. Let's call him John, who's from Peru. John is a beautiful man, and I have an innocent crush on him. I'm married, I wouldn't cheat. When Sonia came over, it was the first time John met her, and they started talking in his language, most likely Spanish. Do you remember when I said she's apparently learning languages as a hobby? Yeah. And he started asking about her, which annoyed me, to be honest. It stung. So I told him that I love her to bits, but she can be pretentious with her little hobbies. And I told him to be careful with her because she writes romance and she'll likely be high maintenance despite looking like a cold girl. She's into metal and looks the part despite her age. I was honest with John. I love Sonia, but she's a bit too much. Apparently, John met with Sonia later and she found out about what I said to him and is really angry with me. She called me and told me she was disappointed in me. I tried to explain, but she called me an asshole and told me that I owe her an apology. My husband thinks I should have kept my mouth shut. He doesn't like Sonia, but he thinks John has a right to sleep with her if he wants to. And he said I should apologize because John and Sonia hit it off and they'll be dating. Everyone's annoyed with me, but I was only honest. I need an opinion. Was I the asshole?
Yes, you're an asshole.
Like,
You're not a
girl,
friend. You're not a good friend at all. You're a mean, mean girl. Anyway,
it's giving pick me. Like,
it's yeah, she's like, "Mind you." No, 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 no. Everything that you have said to try to cover yourself to make her out to be worse, that's you're
mm,
literally just calling yourself out as a horrible friend.
yeah, it's
Horrible friend.
literally
And
like shitting on another woman to make
yeah,
yourself look better. And that is
uh-huh.
the definition of pick me. So,
She said, "I'll admit it, I'm a little jealous." No, you're a lot jealous. You
mm,
are a lot jealous of whatever she chose to do.
right?
Like,
Like, learning languages is a hobby.
hobby.
She thinks learning languages and playing instruments and she sleeps all the time. She has so much free time because she doesn't have or want children and she doesn't even use her uni degree. And I think that's a problem. Like, girl, what?
Yeah, that's weird as heck. That was no. And the husband doesn't like her anyway, so it's basically this poor girl getting unknowingly beat up
Just
on.
bashed. Like,
Yeah, by this couple. It like, no, y'all are the asshole and let them go live their beautiful lives because she
yeah.
actually took the time to learn another language and understanding of other people's culture. Yeah, no, be gone. You're the asshole.
How dare she better herself? How dare she learn things? What a loser, am I right? Like, God damn. And I wonder why her husband doesn't like her. Probably not because of
Yeah,
anything she's said, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
oh, you a mess. And I hope this chick cuts her off, and I hope her and
Mm,
John live happily ever after because what a fucking jerk.
yeah, she is an asshole. Absolutely.
Oh, la, la, la. So it was posted on here by a mod. OP
Mm.
has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I told the truth about my best friend. It was my honest opinion, but she thinks it's
Oh, I
gossiping and
hate those
thinks I'm an
people.
asshole.
Oh,
I guess I could have kept it to myself, and speaking to her potential date to try and stop it may make me an asshole. There's also the thing with John where she's like, "I have an innocent crush on him, but I wouldn't cheat. I'm married." So then why the fuck are you bothered that your friend is talking to him? Hmm.
You know, this sounds like a lot of what something I had to deal with, but anyway, I digress.
It sounds a
Um,
lot like you made a lot of decisions in life that you regret, and now you're seeing your friend take the path that maybe you want to be
mm,
on,
yeah,
and you're jelly. And instead of
I
being supportive and loving your friend through that, and maybe
yeah.
living vicariously through her, you're shitting on her to make yourself feel better.
What I really can't stand in this situation is the fact that she was like, "I guess I'm the asshole because I was honest."
It's
That's
just
not
my
being honest.
opinion.
It's just my opinion.
I said, I don't think that he's good for you. How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
Yeah, it's a shitty opinion, and it's only from your little blindered point of view.
Mhm.
That doesn't count. You can toss that shit out the window because all you're doing is being a dumbass. When oh gosh, I really do hate it when people disguise their hate as their own opinion.
Or as like
There's a
honesty. I'm just
difference.
being honest.
Yeah, there is a big difference between being an honest person and I mean, I'm brutally honest, but I'm caring about how I'm honest. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I handle my words carefully.
Mhm.
And I'll even ask you, I'll be like, "Hey, do you want the hard truth or do you want support? Which one?"
You want me to sugarcoat it or you want it like it is?
Because I am not a sugarcoating person. I don't like it when
Yeah.
people sugarcoat things with me, but I digress.
Yeah, because I
Um,
have a problem with reading into things. Like I
I
don't
yeah,
understand.
I don't get it at all. I'm like, "Huh?
You can't be
No?"
cryptic with me because I will take
Yeah.
it to the end of the earth. Like,
But once again, there's a if I'm saying, "Oh, do I fit in these jeans?" I'm a little self-conscious about it right now.
mm,
And yeah, maybe like a muffin top or something like that is going on. I don't know. But like if someone were to be like, "Oh yeah, you're fine." And then I go and look in the mirror at at the restaurant or whatever and I see a
yeah.
bulge, I'm going to be
Mhm.
like, "You lie."
It's like those
I
friends
hate
that will
that.
not tell you you have lipstick on your
Mm.
teeth. Like,
Yes. I hate that so much. But then there's the people, if you were to say, "Hey, maybe you could try something else on. You do have a little bump right here that I know you're not gonna like."
mm,
There's the difference.
yeah.
It's handling with care because you know the opinion of your friend
Mhm.
and you know how they're gonna wanna feel and saying like, "Hey, how about we choose something else?" or something like
Yeah.
that, or "Could I suggest something for you?"
Mm.
There's a big difference when you're handling with care and being honest versus just being awful and saying, "No, you look fat in that. You need to go
Yeah,
change."
yeah.
I hate that.
That's
It's
embarrassing
awful.
for
It's
me.
coming right, it's coming and there's the difference between coming from a loving point of view versus coming from there's some disgust or hate or
Mm,
snide,
yeah.
background to that.
Yeah, we've
So,
had
and
situations
that's
like that where I put
mm,
something on and you're like, "I see what you're going for, but that particular thing is not working." Like,
I'm like, "Let's
that's
try
not
another one."
giving what you want it to give. Let's pick something else.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm
So
always
yeah.
like, "All right, show me the whole." So I'm like, "Show me the full setup. I'd
Yeah,
like to
what
see
are
it."
the
And then I usually
options?
pick right. That's usually how I go about it, like the option aspect, because then I'll be like, "Okay, I like this one, and this one," kind of a thing.
Yeah. And I
Like, I
trust
like
you.
this.
So a lot of
Yeah.
times I will wear something if you tell me it looks good. I trust your opinion. You tell me something looks good, I will wear it, even if I don't feel totally comfortable, because I
Yeah.
trust you and I know that it
Yeah.
looks good from an outside perspective. So,
And I mean, to fill in too, we both have different fashion viewpoints,
oh, for
right?
sure.
Yeah, but yet it complements each other. That's what I like
Yeah.
about that.
Mhm.
And so I can see what you're going for, et cetera, and I can just be like, "All right, try this one or that one and see how you feel with that." Because once again, it comes from a loving point of view. I
Right.
care about how you feel, I care about what you want, and I want to see you just going out there and being like, "Yeah, look at my
Yeah, yeah,
outfit."
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I like how we had you, like, slaying at your grandmother's funeral, like, serving looks.
Yeah, that was a whole nother thing.
Top comment is,
Mm,
if this is you being slightly jealous, I shudder to think what you're like when you're 100% jealous. You're the
Yeah.
asshole. You're a terrible friend to her. You're bitter and spiteful. Stop
Mm.
trying to get internet strangers to co-sign on your hideous behavior. And
Ooh, I like that one.
period.
Yeah, that one
Um,
definitely hit it. Good.
okay, what you got? What you got next?
We got it. All right. Am I the asshole for going skydiving without my best friend on her birthday?
Oof. On her birthday? Rude.
Yeah.
That's rude. That's rude
Like,
as hell.
well, and it's like, well, maybe she was scared or like maybe she like backed out last
Mm,
minute because she was
I
scared
would.
because that's a big thing. Right.
I would back out.
And then the girl was like, "All right, well, I already paid for this, so I'm going," kind of a deal. Maybe
Mm,
that's it. I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, I know it's expensive. It's not a cheap
Yeah.
hobby, so I don't know.
It's not a safe hobby either.
On her birthday, though? Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it might be like a situation where she backed out last minute.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
So, a couple months back, I asked my best friend, we'll call her Lucy, what she wanted to do for her 18th birthday if she could do anything. She said she really wanted to go skydiving with me and our other friend Rachel. Normally, I wouldn't spend that kind of money on anyone's birthday, but Lucy was having a rough year. She lost her mom due to COVID. So,
Oh.
yeah. So, I scheduled and paid for the three of us to go skydiving on Lucy's birthday, which is on a Saturday, way back at the beginning of March. It cost several $100s, not to mention that I had the whole day planned. We'd go get coffee, go skydiving. I'd take Lucy out for dinner at her favorite restaurant, and then we'd end the night at a hotel downtown. That's really thoughtful.
Cute. That's really sweet.
Yeah. Rachel pitched in to pay for the dinner and the hotel. I made sure that Lucy knew about these plans literally 2 months in advance so that she could get the day off of work, and she assured me that she had months ago. Ooh. I've been annoying her for 2 months, texting her periodically just to check that she still had that day off and remembered to not make any plans. Well, flash forward to this morning, and guess fucking what? A guy that she has a crush on at work asked her to switch plans with him, and she just couldn't say no.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go.
At first, I thought she was joking. She's like, "Can't you just reschedule for another day? Have you already paid?" I tell her, "Of course I've already paid, and it's non-refundable this close to the actual date." And that Rachel and I had already booked a room for the hotel as well. She's like, "Well, I'm sure if you just called, you'd get a refund." So I pulled up the email from the skydiving company and that literally says appointments are non-refundable.
Yeah, I don't think she knows what non-refundable means.
She's like, "So what are we gonna do?" And I'm like, "I know what Rachel and I will be doing. We're going skydiving with or without you. I already paid for it." Then
Yeah.
she had the audacity to start crying and playing victim. She goes, "Wow, I can't believe my best friends are going skydiving and to dinner without me on my 18th birthday. All
Wow.
because I had work. Some friends you are, if this was your birthday and we did something without you, you'd be pissed."
Uh,
She's the only one who decided to pick up a 12-hour shift on the day we had made plans months in advance. I told her to text her crush back and say, "Never mind, she can't take the shift." To which she replied, "I can't do that. I already told him that I would." Like, bitch, you told me the same thing months ago. The way I see it, she's choosing a guy with a girlfriend in his late 20s
shut
over,
up.
yeah, over two girls she's been friends with for 4 years.
Wow.
Boom.
Wow. Wow. Not the
Yeah.
asshole. Go
Uh,
skydiving, go out to eat, stay in the hotel, go out to party, do whatever you gotta
mm.
do to have a good time because wow, that girl is a mess. Oh my
Isn't it
god.
isn't it funny how when you're really, really good friends with someone and then all of a sudden they get a crush on someone and they skirt you right to the side,
That's fucking wild.
isn't it?
That's crazy. Oh my god. Wow.
She planned her entire day. Her entire day.
And it's not like she
And
didn't know
both
about it. It wasn't a
yeah,
surprise.
this has been going on for a couple months in advance. Like, that's
Mhm.
hats off to this girl for planning this far out for her friend's birthday, paying for it, and then at the end just being like, "Well, we're going." Because
She's
she
like,
essentially got blown off by the birthday girl.
Yeah,
That's what's going on.
for a dude who's in a relationship that she has a crush on. Like, ew, gross. Gross. I mean, if your bestie wants to be a clown on her birthday, let
Mm,
her. Fucking let her. Bye, bitch.
yeah,
Like,
like, we're just gonna go with the money they already spent, it's non-refundable,
yeah.
go have
She's
fun.
like, I can't possibly get out of work. I already said I would go. Like, that's much more of a manageable situation than spending a ton of money on
Mm,
skydiving, hotel reservations, and dinner reservations
yeah.
that are non-refundable. Wow.
All
And
for a dude.
you know, the situation with the dude in a relationship that's almost 30, that's not going to go very well. And
No.
where's she going to go when she gets her little heart broken and she's like, oh my God, I didn't see this coming.
You didn't see all the red flags, the ones that were hitting you right in the face? What?
You know, oh man.
Well, this person's not the bad bestie, but birthday girl is the bad bestie.
Yeah, she
Like,
really is. Oh my
girl's
God.
got a lot of growth ahead of her. She's 18 years old and needs to figure out that she don't need no man.
Yeah, it's crazy how like opposite these besties are
Mm,
because Rachel and the main girl, I'm sorry, I don't
mm.
remember her name.
I don't think she said it.
No? OP, we'll just say OP. So Rachel
Football
and
Queen
OP,
88.
Rachel and OP, they're
Yeah.
like, we feel for our friend. She's been through a
Mm.
lot this year. Let's throw her a party like she'll never forget, you know, like the
Yeah.
birthday of a lifetime. And they're
Her
so young.
18th.
They're 18 and they're
Mm.
like, let's do this thing. Let's pool our money and do all these things that'll be really fun for her. And then she's over here with the opposite mentality of, let me ditch my friends on my birthday for a guy that has a girlfriend. Like, now that is some behavior you would expect out of an 18-year-old, you know, like,
Yeah.
I it's crazy how opposite they are. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, opposites don't always attract. So
Exactly.
maybe let this girl fall on her face and see what that's like. And it's up to you if you want to pick her up when she's down or if you want to just be like, deuces.
Exactly. Exactly. You ready for top comment?
Yeah.
All right, not the asshole. She knew you had plans, but she let her emotions get in the way of making a sound judgment call, and now she's having to face the consequences. I
Hmm.
hope you and Rachel have a blast skydiving and make sure to take lots of pictures.
Yeah.
I mean,
Post them.
that's, yeah, exactly. You have to
Make sure
post
you
it.
post them. Yeah.
Oh
A lot of times
gosh.
when you go skydiving, they like attach a GoPro and you get like a video and stuff. So definitely post that. Be like, this was so fun. It was a great time. No.
Ever a man, really? Skydiving or man?
Skydiving or someone
Skydiving
else's man.
or someone else's man?
Yeah.
Skydiving, dinner, and reservations to have
At
an
a hotel.
awesome girls' night at a hotel. Come on now. Or a man. Instead, she spent her 18th birthday working. I, well, you will grow from this, look back on it, and shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Hopefully, anyway. That is the best possible outcome.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, this next bestie
Hmm.
uh situation. It is a situation to say the least, and I'm not going to give you any more hints. We're just gonna dive in.
We're diving.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hope you got your water wings on, because wow, this is a mess.
It's going deep.
This is posted on r/am I the devil. It's cross posted from am I the butt face. Uh, am I the asshole for, or sorry, am I the butt face for sleeping with my best friend's husband? Do you have to ask?
You're the asshole, you're the devil, you're the butt
Yeah,
face, you're
all of the
just
above.
you rock bottom there, babes.
Yeah. Honestly, not the worst party in this situation, I will say. So, here we go.
Oh.
I know I know this sounds bad, but hear me out. My best friend Alice, 30 female, was cheating on her husband, Chris, 31 male, with her ex-boyfriend, James, 30 male. And Chris found out and confronted Alice about it. And after multiple days of arguing, they agreed that he could sleep with a woman of his choosing once, and she would stop sleeping with James. Well, he decided he would try and sleep with me. At first, I said no, but when he explained the situation to me, I agreed to it. Wild. The day after, I felt horrible and regretted it so much. Then Alice called me and started bewildering about agreeing to sleep with him. I asked a few of my other friends if I was in the wrong here, and they all said it was kind of a dick move, but she said he could sleep with any woman he wanted to, and he asked me first. I know this isn't the entire internet's business, but I needed to rant about it and get some people's opinions on it. Yeah, that is all. The whole situation is just garbage.
Yeah, just throw it all in the trash.
All three of them, all four of them, actually.
All four of them.
Bye. Yeah.
Goodbye. Okay, so the girlfriend was cheating on her boyfriend with her ex-boyfriend, so
Mm,
therefore the boyfriend got free card to fuck her best friend.
yeah. Which honestly, that right there, the main problem, I mean, other than the girlfriend cheating, right,
Mm,
with her
mm.
ex, the main issue is that the solution was for him to also cheat. Like, two wrongs don't make a right. This doesn't erase what you did. Like, you guys are not going to be able to trust each other for the rest of your lives ever
Right.
again. So just fucking break up. Like, what?
Move on. I feel like all the parties involved just need to go like a compass in separate ways.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, actually, it's the husband they're married. It's not a girlfriend boyfriend situation. They're married.
oh, okay. Oh no. Oh, this
Yeah.
is not. Mm-mm. I hope we have a prenup. Uh,
Uh,
that is trash. That
the
is
divorce lawyers are gonna have a field day with
all, yeah,
this.
that is 100% just all trash.
Mm.
Because why was he like, all right, she fucked her ex-boyfriend. What could I do to her? Oh yeah, fuck her best friend.
No, that was the solution she came up with. She
Oh,
said,
well,
"Here's a hall pass. Forget everything I did." Like,
fuck my best friend. And the best friend was put in this position. What the hell?
she's like,
I
"Any
would
girl of your choosing," and he's like, "Okay, your bestie."
that
And
seems
how do you
really
get convinced as a
weird.
friend to do that? I do not know.
That's really weird because no, I would just be like, I'm out of here. Y'all are fucked up.
Clearly, I don't know who my friends are. Goodbye.
Yeah, clearly I need to pick a better circle. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, that
That's
would have been the best ever. Because she's like, I said no, but then he explained the situation, so I agreed.
yeah,
How? How? These
yeah.
people are in their 30s. They're all in their 30s. Hello? What?
Grow up. I
I
I
expect this out of
expected.
the 18-year-olds,
Yeah,
not you.
exactly. That's what I was just about to say because
Wow.
how is that a legible solution? Just like doesn't
It's
even look good
not.
on paper.
Mm-mm,
And now
mm-mm.
they've got divorce papers
And yo, and
or
if they
they have
did
a messed up
have,
relationship.
yeah, if they did have a prenup, because a lot of times with prenups you can put in an adultery clause.
Hmm.
So it's like, oh, well, this is what happens, if we get divorced, here's how we're going to split everything up. Except if one of us cheats, then this contract is null and void. Then you get to walk away with everything. So if they did have a prenup in this situation with an adultery clause, they're both fucked and they get nothing because they both cheated on each other.
See, and that's
It's
another
just,
thing. Like, especially if you have someone in the military or something like that, you have to have solid proof.
Mhm.
that they cheated on you or you cheated on them, whatever.
Right. You gotta have, like, the DMs.
Yeah.
Like,
The DMs, the pictures, etc.
video
Other
evidence. Sometimes even video evidence isn't enough. Did you hear about that guy in the Air Force
what?
that his wife was poisoning him with bleach? They had one of those like Mr. Coffee coffee makers, and she had her own separate one. I don't know why, but that's just how they did it. And they're stationed in
Okay.
Germany, and
Oh, I think I heard about this one.
she starts
Yeah.
putting bleach in his coffee machine, like in with the water that would brew the coffee.
Yeah.
And she's putting like capfuls of bleach, like a ton. And he's like filming with his phone. He's like, "This smells like bleach." He's like, "I'm pretty sure my wife is trying to kill me. She's trying to poison me with bleach." And he's like filming. He has like those water test strips
Mm.
to test like the contaminants in your water. And there's a strip on there for chlorine. So he puts it in the water that she poured into the coffee maker, and it comes out with a little purple strip on it, which means it's positive for chlorine. And they said that's not enough evidence. You need to catch her in the act of doing it. So this dude had hidden cameras all around his kitchen, one right above the coffee maker. He had them disguised as like smoke alarms,
Yeah.
like smoke detectors.
Yeah.
And you could see her, like, she'd have the cup and she'd like look around, go into the laundry room, which is right next to the kitchen, come out and pour the stuff into the coffee maker. And even that wasn't enough evidence.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, they had to see her pour the bleach into the thing and then pour that into the coffee maker. Like, no room for error, you know? Like,
Yeah,
they're like, if we're
that's
gonna get this chick, we're gonna get her. You know? But yeah, sometimes
first
even
off,
with like
how
adultery.
how are you in a relationship where you're like, I think my wife's poisoning me today?
Dude, and he didn't want to bring action against her until they got back to the States. Typically, when you're over in Germany, that's like a 1 to 3 year assignment.
Mm.
So, like, he's like, I guess I'll just, not drink coffee. But she would always make his coffee. She would set up his coffee maker so that he could just turn it on in the morning and it would be ready to go. So she put the water in, she put the coffee grounds in. She
But
just
now
had it all set up.
what was her reasoning behind wanting to kill him?
She wanted the life insurance
Was
money. Yeah, because the military got that good payout.
mm.
But yeah, like, how did you think that was gonna work? You're gonna poison him with bleach, and you think there's not gonna be an autopsy done? Like, I'm pretty sure in the military they do autopsies no matter what to
Yep.
determine cause of death.
Yeah.
Like, especially in a situation where an otherwise healthy 30-something-year-old man just drops dead. Anyway, we're getting off on a
And
tangent. I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, sometimes that's the level of evidence of adultery you
Yeah.
need to prove for the sake of the
Mm.
prenup. But in this situation, all y'all trash. Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, the only redeeming one would be the best friend, the OP.
Yeah.
And I mean, slightly redeeming, but the fact that she just felt like yucky the next day,
Mhm.
she was like, I didn't like this. I don't like what's going on. Because sometimes, when you're forced into a situation, you don't have that moral compass, depending on how you were brought up or whatever. I'm not
Right.
excusing it, right? But what I am saying is that she at least had that moment of, this ain't right, and I don't like
Yeah.
this kind of a thing.
She's like, I fucked up. I don't like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I
So
don't know.
that's
Yeah.
about the only redeeming, but still, everyone's trash, everyone's assholes. Just
Yeah.
grow up and I don't know, do
So
better.
this was cross-posted to Am I the
Mm,
Devil? So I don't know what the overall vote was on this because the post was also deleted afterwards. But when it
yeah.
gets cross-posted to Am I the Devil, the mods will like copy paste the story so that if it gets
Okay.
deleted, it's still there. Like,
Okay.
the internet is forever, so be careful what you post on there, girlfriends.
All I keep thinking about is my MySpace.
Oh my god! Yeah, same.
That was, like, the cringiest moment I ever had was my stupid MySpace.
That was the cringiest moment of everyone's life, I think,
Oh,
that
yeah.
had a MySpace account.
'Cause, like, at least AOL, like, at least when you were on that, you were pretty anonymous, but as long as you didn't have something like your full name as your
Yeah,
Gmail or AOL
as your,
account.
like, your username, yeah.
Mm. But at least you had that anonymity because there was no pictures, there was no nothing to, like, hold it
Yeah,
to you kind of a deal.
there was just, like, away
But
messages that could get
yeah,
kinda cringe, like,
but
people putting song
MySpace,
lyrics.
yeah, MySpace brought about the whole selfie era,
Oh, boy.
and it was so bad, and then you would, like, pick a song. "Hey, I'm not
Dude,
here right now, but listen to this."
open up my MySpace page and get blasted with fucking "Dirty Little Secret" by All American Rejects. Brr, 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 brr.
Oh my word.
Oh,
Or, like,
that
the
was
hidden, like, the hidden ones where you knew they were, like, trying to give this song to a certain someone kind of a deal.
yeah,
Like
like
Nelly, what
subtweeting.
yeah, like Nelly's, "I only wanna be with you, but I
Uh-huh.
gotta be real with you." I can't tell
Yeah.
you how many times I would go to someone's profile and see that on there and be like, "I know who you're talking about." Alright, ready to dive back into it?
Let's get
Ay,
into it.
alright. Am I the
Right.
asshole for telling
Hold on, I'm stuck back on
You put your pretzels down and am I the asshole for telling my best friend her husband made a pass at me?
No, you should tell your best friend that.
Yeah.
Be like, "Hey, your husband's being a fucking creep."
I'm a 30-year-old woman and I have been best friends with my friend who is 34 since I was 15. She's been married to her husband for 5 years. I've never been his biggest fan. Something about him always seemed off to me, but I never once brought it up or told her my feelings on the matter as I had no reason to suspect he wasn't above board. I don't know what that must
Above
be.
board, like kosher, like good,
Oh,
chill.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sometimes you just don't like people, and it doesn't make them a bad person. I just figured it was just that. Due to our connection through her, we do sometimes talk on social media. Not often, but he is on my friends list. 3 nights ago, he made a pass at me, sending some rather flirty messages and commenting about a picture I had put up a few hours earlier of myself at the beach with a friend. I was naturally disgusted with this and asked him what the fuck he was doing. And I told him I was his wife's best friend, then asked if he was drunk. He quickly tried to backtrack and cover his arse. I love that. Arse.
So you know they're from, like, a country colonized by England,
Arse. Yes.
if not England itself.
But it was very clear he'd been making a pass from what he had written. He then begged me not to tell her, at which point I ignored him. I then screenshot all the messages, saving them, and the next day, first thing in the morning, I called up my friend and asked her to come see me, where I laid it all out for her. I had wanted to tell her in person, as it'd be easier to soften the blow rather than immediately sending all the screenshots to her with no easing into it. I
Mm.
expected her to be upset, but I was surprised when she got upset at me.
Mm. Love
She
that.
told me I must have led him on in some way to make him think that that kind of a message was okay, that he'd never do something like this without being tempted first. Rape culture, okay.
Mm.
I told her I'd never do that to anyone, last of all my best friend, and pointed out how clearly disgusted I was by what he'd written. I then told her I was worried because if he'd do this to her best friend, what was he doing with women who didn't know her?
Mm.
She left angry with me and hasn't spoken to me since we met up that day. I've sent her a few messages since then, but haven't gotten a reply. I hope it's just misplaced anger and she needs time to come to terms with this. I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Surely sitting on this and not telling her would have been worse?
Way
Question mark.
worse. Way worse.
Yeah, no,
Because then if she would have found out on her own, then she would have really been mad.
the part that seems way off, and that's why I was like, ew, rape culture, is
Mm.
because this ties into, well, what were you wearing? What were you
Hmm.
doing? You know what I
You
mean?
shouldn't have been drunk. You shouldn't
You
have been that
shouldn't
drunk.
exactly, and you shouldn't have been wearing that. And it's like
Mm.
he was literally commenting on something when she was at the beach. He literally hit on her
What
after
should she be
that.
wearing?
Exactly. Like, how did she instigate this when he was the one who sent her messages?
Literally. It's giving a woman that has her husband cheat on her with a rando and then gets mad at the rando instead of her husband.
Mhm.
Like, the rando doesn't owe you anything. That person doesn't owe you loyalty. They don't even fucking
Mm.
know you. Your husband, however, does owe you loyalty because he's married to you. Like,
Yeah,
duh.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, OP definitely did the right thing.
yeah.
Absolutely. All the right steps. I don't agree with offering him an out with "Are you drunk?" because, dudes love to use that as an excuse. "I was drunk, I didn't know what I was doing." Lie. So yeah, I don't like that OP offered him an out like that because I would have straight
Mm.
up been like, "Look what the fuck your husband's doing.
Exactly, exactly.
Let's beat his ass together." I'm just kidding. Don't beat his ass, but maybe like verbally and then just like dip, you know?
That Earl had to die. Da, na, na,
Na,
na,
na,
na,
na.
na.
Goodbye, Earl.
Earl, don't you come back
Okay.
again?
I specifically remember to like being at the roller rink when I was a kid, and they would always play Goodbye Earl like at the end of the day. But yeah,
Wow.
OP, you did the right thing. You're not the shitty best friend here. Your best friend is shitty for thinking
Yeah,
that you would try to seduce her husband for no reason. That's
something to that
wild.
effect.
Mm,
So top comment, not the asshole, you did the right thing. She's just in denial at the moment. And that can sometimes be where it's coming from. Like she said, misplaced anger, but
right.
sometimes denial, it plays a big role. Like, I just can't believe this right now. This is my
Yeah.
husband and
This is
that's
not
my best
happening.
friend.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and you try to excuse it momentarily, but usually they come around and she just might need to give her some time. But
Mhm.
OP is not in the wrong whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Um, I feel like that's the crappy part of the situation, is that she's always felt that there was something there.
Yeah.
Got to stick with your intuition on that one and kind of always kind of take the back with that, you know.
Yeah.
And that way it kind of avoids these confrontations from occurring. But
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
when you know, you know. I don't know.
Yeah.
If
And that's
douchebag, if
it's
the dude's always been kind of a douchebag and kind of scummy, I don't know.
mm,
And especially that he doesn't like her best friend. Like that rubs me the wrong way. Like if I have a best friend and my husband is like, I don't like her for whatever reason, then
mm,
I'm like, well, I do. Is she your friend? No, she's my friend.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
I feel
Well, I
bad.
saved the worst for last.
Oh Lord.
This
I'm ready.
one's coming from Am I the Devil? Once
Concerning
again,
already.
am I the devil? Yes. Should I? It's actually cross-posted from relationship advice. The original post was deleted, and the user deleted their account. But
Mm,
yes, ready for this?
yeah.
Should I, 26 male, reach out to my former best friend, 25 male, after trying to ruin their life? The capacity in which they tried to ruin their life is truly
Oy.
insane. like, like, yeah, this is on some like actual like clinically diagnosed psychopath type stuff. So don't worry, it's not gonna traumatize you. There's no trigger warning here. But it's
I
psychopath
might
level kind of
be
stuff.
I might be the bigger friend in this relationship, but I'm a
And
baby when it
baby.
comes to I'm a baby.
I'm just a
Like,
baby.
I'm just a baby.
Okay.
All right.
In my late teens and early
Mm,
20s, I was a nightmare. I was obsessive and full of abandonment issues, a total basket case. After getting off social media for the entirety of the panorama, I was able to do a lot of work on myself, and now I've reached a place of peace. Good for you. I have a loving relationship and finally on a path to financial independence. I don't feel as insecure as I used to, and I don't have the same obsession I once had with the idea of perfect friendships. You good?
Yeah.
Or so I thought. When I was at university, there was a straight man that I was friends with for the first 2 years of my study. I don't know why we're mentioning sexuality, but okay.
Yeah.
I was obsessed with him and manipulated him and the people around him to force him to be closer to me or to be isolated. When he decided to stop being friends with me, I went on to completely separate him from his friend group and even broke up him and his girlfriend. I didn't tell any lies, but I manipulated the truth and omitted my own faults to try and stamp him out until he saw that I was the only person that would be loyal to him. Literal psychopath behavior. This did not work. He accepted he had to start over and left our friendship, and despite the reputation I tried to give him, he managed to succeed in friendships and relationships without me. This devastated me, and I had to go to therapy to figure out why I was trying to harm the person that I wanted in my life the most. Many revelations later, I was permitted to stop seeing my therapist. I don't know what has happened or changed, but I recently found out that his contact was saved in my email. And instead of deleting it like I know I should, I added it to my phone. I want to message him. I want to talk to him again, but I feel all the same bursts of emotions that I used to when I first started talking to him all those years ago. This terrifies me because I thought I had gotten past all of that, and now I'm wondering if I truly dealt with my problems regarding obsessive thinking. I don't know what to do. Please help me to figure it out. I don't know if I should reach out and try to rekindle our friendship or if I should accept that he's out of my life forever. I'm happy in my current relationship and I've told my boyfriend about him, but not that I have found out his contact information again. I know that he's not interested in me, but our friendship before I became obsessed was genuinely an extraordinary experience, one that I wish I could recover.
No.
The end.
No.
Uh-uh.
No. Stop it. Get some help.
For real though. Like, probably get your ass back in therapy because clearly it didn't work the first time. Like, I don't know if
Uh-uh.
you know this, but changing that kind of stuff takes like decades. It's not
Yeah.
like I've spent a few months in therapy and now I'm fine. Like, that stuff takes years.
And the fact that she said she was permitted to stop.
But yes.
Oh, he, sorry.
I think
Uh,
the whole mentioning sexuality thing, like he was a straight man that I was obsessed with,
yeah.
is because they're gay, or
Okay. Okay.
not straight. So
Homeboy still has an obsession issue, and
yeah.
the fact that the fact that he took that first step into saving his information when he knew he should have just gotten rid of it,
Mm,
there's the cycle. You're going to continue
yeah.
the cycle, stop it where, right in its tracks, get some
Yep.
help, reach out to your
Mhm.
therapist because it's almost like an intervention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's messed up. You literally ruined this dude, and now you've found his contact information. Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
You were literally obsessed with
Mm,
destroying someone that didn't wanna be friends with you.
yeah, no,
Like, bruh?
leave him alone.
Bruh? This is a slippery slope, my friend. But yeah, top comment, they quoted the story and said, "Our
Mm,
friendship before I became obsessed was genuinely an extraordinary experience, one that I wish I could recover." And then they said, "The problem is that this was always what it was about. What you wanted. You
mm,
had obsessive tendencies. They spiraled to a depth of toxicity and abuse that is honestly kind of staggering. And despite being forward, I feel you downplay.
mm,
Um, And here you are, that same tingle of longing and again revolving around what you want, despite knowing full well rationally that nothing good comes of this. So, yeah, go back to therapy. That's what therapy's for. You're like an alcoholic that found a bottle in their pantry and instead of throwing it out, has put it in their pocket and is now working themselves up over it. And be aware that not only will you probably hurt that old friend, but you will also mangle your boyfriend if you go down that path again. Yeah. 'Cause
That's
OP's talking about, "I
concerning.
have a great relationship, financial stuff is getting lined up, everything's going well," and then you find this person's contact information, you're like, "Well, maybe I could just what
It's
if I
all,
just"
"I've done this, but
Mm.
I've done this, but
But yeah, all you're
I'm
gonna
not."
do is, re-traumatize that person that you did that to. They are not
Mm,
gonna be happy to hear from you, I can promise you that. So yeah, if you're in a situation where you've got a bestie that's kind of not being the best bestie, it's probably better to just cut sling load, get them out of your life, and find a better one because
yeah.
I feel like you and I are living proof that it can happen. Like your best
Right.
friend can be your soulmate,
Yep.
and we definitely found each other. And yeah, I feel bad for all these people that have been victimized by their besties today. Hopefully they get some better ones, but
Right. I
that is all the stories we have for today. So
Yeah.
catch us next week for more Reddit readings and stuff.
Yeah. And also check out if you are into K-pop or anything like that, check out
Yeah.
our K-pop. We've been posting that too. All right.
K-pop Cafe. It's on the same YouTube channel, so you can find those videos there. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, please interact with the video in some way so that we can reach a bigger audience. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.